this is bound to happen, the Battle of Titans, because I have a rule in my collection that I shouldn't have like two characters in the same scale. But I think for this one, I need to make an exception. To be honest, in the beginning, I wanted to sell this before I received it, because I didn't really like what I've seen in the photos. Maybe I wasn't really convinced, and again, I have a rule not to have two characters, but when I received it, I was like also very blown away how good it is. Kind of reminded me why I ordered it in the first place. So that's why it's a good idea for me to compare these two, because they just look so awesome. And I hope this would also be something beneficial to you guys who are having thoughts on which one to get. So let's get this battle started. Let's talk about the design of these things. I think the main difference of these two is more of the design, and that's what makes these two pieces really different. And for me, you can actually have both of them in your collection. For example, like me, I don't want again to have two characters in one scale, but these things are just like phenomenally good. The Thanos maquette, this actually has more, I would say, like, you know, like the Godfather kind of thing. He is like that, and I think he's built in terms of like a Thanos who is already retired or something, or a Thanos that is like more of a Godfather figure, like more of a king or something, and he's just sitting. And to be honest, he actually is bigger in terms of body compared to this one. So this one is more classy, sitting on his throne, and the throne itself has kind of a character in its own, like all the details. Compared to this one, he is more of a like a battle-hardened Thanos. Like, he's still in the battle. He's like angry and everything. He's about to strike. This is the kind of Thanos you want. A more modern, armored Thanos. Like I said, he's in a battlefield kind of Thanos. It's shown everywhere in the, how I would say, in the details, in the design of this piece. He has just this beautiful armors and all the rubble, the depths underneath him. That is the design concept for this one, and he looks phenomenally good. This I would consider like a modern take, a really good modern take, like something that, like I said, all the details are there. Compared to this one, a very classy pose, a very Godfather-like pose, and very imposing. And it just works well with Thanos with this kind of thing. So that's why Sideshow nailed it very well, because it has the pose, it has the characteristic of like a Godfather, like doing this, like talking to you, something like that. And this is the Thanos they wanted to show to us, or to let the collectors have. So those are for me the big differences in terms of design. So let's talk about what are the things I love for these pieces. So again, though I already mentioned the designs, what I really love in this part is how the design and the how do you call this, the color scheme for this one. So I know this one has a lot of issues. There's like a lot of, I guess, paint problems, sculpt problems that I've seen in even mine, but they're more likely very minor. But this one has that very classy look. As you can see between the two, the paint on this one just pops out, like really pops out. Like, the paint job is pretty good. To be honest, which you might not realize, you would see this like more lighter color, the blue, but actually it's not. This one has a more lighter blue. I don't know, maybe just again the color scheme. What made this look pop out, because of the color scheme, the combination of colors. It doesn't mean that this one looks brighter, the colors all are brighter. No, actually, again, the blue is quite darker compared to the Thanos. It's just that this Thanos has a darker color scheme. An overall tone, it's really darker. Again, it's because of the way they designed this. Like it is like he's in a battlefield or something. It's something like that. and I guess that makes sense. So again, this is what I really love about this piece, is the color scheme it has. It blends well how the design of it, like the Thanos posing, and it shows like he's more not really majestic but more regal, scary kind of dude, but you can really see his presence. And compared to this one is more darker tone. But what I also love about this is it has all the detail. Like, you will be very impressed with all the details and everything. Again, when I say details, not just the texture and everything. To be honest, I love the texture of this one compared to this. The texture in this Thanos has actually more thinner, tinier, more fine compared to this one. So texture isn't not that, it's not the kind of stuff I'm looking for. It's actually the combination also of the different details in the sculpt of this. So there's texture added with all of this stuff, all of these things. What I see also with that is it made this piece, I guess, look darker. And I guess that's, I don't know, for most of you, if that's a good thing or bad thing, it made this piece a bit darker, to be honest, compared to this one. This has more smooth areas compared to this, but I guess that made this piece also pop out. So again, those are the things that I love, and somehow contradicts between the two. What we the first impressions, like for example, the texture in this one is better. No, actually this texture for this one, to be honest, is way better, at least if there are no issues. But I would prefer the texture of this one compared to this one. But this one has just more details to it. Let's talk about the size. So first of, you might think, I'm not sure, but at least I do think that this one has like is bigger Thanos. Actually no, I tried to measure this. His thighs are bigger, his arms, his biceps are bigger compared to this guy. At least that's what I measured. And again, this Thanos is just way bigger compared to this dude. It's just that the hands, if I try to remove the hands, let me do this. So this is the hands, I hope you can see. And let me try also to remove the hands. So let me try to compare the two. Look at that. That is the difference. I hope it focuses. I really hope that it focuses. Look at that. That's the difference. This one is really big. Like look at that, kind of big. Like, it's really big. I'm not sure scale wise this is correct or not or anything, but this is big hands. This is also quite tiny, like really tiny, to be honest. So that's for me the difference in terms of size, but I do think that this dude is quite bigger. I think this dude is, I think it's more or less the same. I feel it's more or less the same, to be honest. Let me see. But definitely this one is really heavy. In terms of head, this dude is really heavy. So look at that. I hope it focuses. I'm not really sure. Anyway, I'm gonna give you guys some close-ups on this. So more or less, their heads are quite big. I mean, more or less, they're the same size. I think that's quite good. At least that's more consistent as well. Let me put it back. Again, I feel this guy is more bigger compared to this one. Let's talk about bases. Which one I would prefer? I think that's a bit hard to decide. Why? Because this base, the chair, I would call the base as a chair, is really good. To be honest, I would really prefer the base of this one. Like, really love it. You can see, if you look at the back of this Thanos on throne, you can really see the details there, like beautiful colors. Like, wow. Compared to this one, I would say the design of this was quite good. I really love the design of the base. It's compact. It has a lot of stuff in there as well. There's other creatures in there. It's just that the color scheme of this is, what can I say? It's very dark toned. compared to this one. The problem for me on this one is that you can't see it. You rarely see it because the details are actually at the back. Compared to this one, you've seen the base. You'll see the base every time you look at your collection, and that is amazing. And again, the details here are good. It's just that for me, just too darker tone. And I do wish that it's brighter. Yes, 100%. So that you can really see it. And because again, the base is actually pretty good. If you look in closer, there's a lot of things that you find. There's a lot of details that you'll find, and then you see very interestingly how the base, the creatures around here are placed. Amazing. It's just that it's also not that easy to put in this base compared to this one. So that's the basis for this light up feature. How to say this? This one for me works pretty well. I'm not sure if the camera picks up because the lighting is quite heavy, but this one works pretty good, pretty decent. The light still works for quite some period of time, so I really don't have complaints on this. The colors are quite amazing, easy to put in the batteries compared to this one. This one actually has a very good lighting. The problem is setting it up is quite, I don't know, tedious, because I have to, how do you call this? I have to put in the remove the screws and everything, and yeah, and then it's kind of pain also how to turn it off. So I guess now it's off. I need to press twice to turn it off, and I don't know. Again, in my review, I placed something like I don't understand this remote. Yeah, I think for me there's no problem on this one. It's just that the magnets are very strong, so do be careful. This one tedious to put in. So that's for the light up feature. Those are my thoughts. Please don't kill me on those opinions. Those are the comparisons. I hope it gives light on you guys, gives you information on if you are planning to pick either one. And I already mentioned why I didn't pick the standalone. Why I picked the standalone and I didn't want the Lady Death. Please check the review on that one. The more details on this, we talk about all of this stuff there. But for now, yeah, this is a comparison between these two Titans right here. They're very big. Look at me. I'm very small right here between these two. So thank you for watching again. If you like the video, click that like button there, and also help me share with everyone. For photos, check also in my Instagram. I put there the photos between these two, some more details as well. And also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to NCHANZPLACE to again help me grow with my channel. And if you like, you'll see more of these guys. Thank you for watching.